our mission is to help Asian Pacific Americans get to the senior levels of government. The reason that's important is because our representation at the senior levels is very low relative to the representation across the board. So Asian Pacific Americans represent almost 6% of the population right now, according to 2010 census. And within government, federal employees, we're also about 5.5%. But at the senior levels, it's a little bit less than 3%. So there's a big bamboo ceiling, and we're trying to help with the qualified employees how to get over that bamboo barrier.
The strength of America is our diversity, the people that come from all over the world. And so an opportunity to be with the Asian Pacific community today, it just furthers that solidarity and that contribution to American society. So it was a great day.
My name is David Boone. I'm an admiral in the United States Navy. I grew up in Japan and Taiwan. My mother's Japanese, and spent my childhood growing up in Japan, high school in Oregon, college in California, and I've now been in the Navy 28 years.
Look to see the changing demographics with the 2010 census coming out. What it really tells us is there's an even greater need and response from the federal government to serve our community, from language access, ensuring translation interpretation services for our community, making sure the different information around loans and grants, and working with the Small Business Administration and the Department of Energy and Department of Education, that information is getting out to our community.
With that, my deepest appreciation to Accenture, and to take please convey my thanks to her personally, and if you would come up.
The AAGEN Scholarship Program has been designed to assist students in their continuing education to better prepare themselves for positions of leadership and trust in the federal, state, and local governments.
Never in my mind had I pictured myself to be here, standing here receiving this award. So this is truly an honor for me, and I'm truly humbled and overwhelmed.
Major General Takuba, it is a great honor for me to stand before you to present you the AAGEN's Excellence in Public Service Award. Please join me and give him a big round. He said, I just say 3 words, give it to him and get over with.
Public service is such a noble calling, but since this is a very special time for me, I want to share with you that there are 3 words that really have guided me through my time in public service, and that's faith, family, and friends. Those 3 words that was conveyed to me by a mentor way back when, and they have truly carried me through.
Tonight, what we're doing is paying tribute to people like Secretary Law, people like Secretary Mineta, who have served as great role models. And one of the missions and objectives of AAGEN is to make sure that Asian Pacific Americans get into high positions, particularly in the federal government, so that we can represent and do the right thing and achieve for our community and for everyone. Yeah.
Back in 1994, I was asked to work on Vice President Gore's Reinventing Government Task Force. and he said to me, you know, I really need more APAs on my task forces. Go find others. And I went to the Office of Personnel Management, and I couldn't get the list. And I knew there were a number of SCSers at that time. So I called my friends, Bell Leong Hong and Carson O Yang and Dr. John Wong, and we gathered together in the Hunan restaurant, and we said, let us start this network so we can help one another network and grow and learn and move ahead.
Well, when we first started in 1993, Bell Leong Hong and Tina Sung and others of us, we looked around to see how many other senior officials in government were Asian American, and there were very few of us, so we felt a little bit lonely. So we decided to get together and see how we could help others behind us get promoted and succeed in public service.
Well, actually what I really wanted to convey today is that success is really something that's in the reach of all Asian Americans. And so I spent the time just talking about my experience, where I grew up, the fact that my parents were relocated during World War II, the fact that I went to and lived in a very small town in Michigan where I was only one of 2 Asian families, and then just relating my career. And it was interesting the number of people that have come up to me afterwards and said, you know, their experience and their background was so similar to mine.
When I come as a boat people and as the prisoner of war, I escaped from the prison in a communist concentration. So I have to been through, I built my life from scratch, go to learn English, go to school, and fail English tests many times. But finally I make to the university. So now I become a senior executive in the Department of Energy. And I also just been elected as the executive director for AAGEN. So I think that it motivates me. I would like to return to the community.
The message I like to share with people is by looking at today's conference and tonight's banquet, this is wonderful. And I want to ask whoever is looking, you know, look at AAGEN and consider joining AAGEN as a member.
And it's an organization where people genuinely care about mentoring the next generation, not only the next generation, but also this generation to break the glass ceiling or the bamboo ceiling.
We did a lot of volunteer now to determine how we're going to set up the mentorship program. The mentorship, we're going to formalize it so that you can match a lot of the senior leadership here. We have double our size of our senior leadership. So we have enough now of the mentor. Now we're looking for mentee, okay? So we have enough slots and a capacity to reach out to the next level and bring as many as we come through the class ceiling.
Thank you to all the volunteers that helped out, and there are many people that were involved. And thank you all for coming to help us celebrate the wonderful awardees that were here with us tonight, Dr. King. So thanks very much. Good night and God bless.